that phase, but I didn't get the luxury being done with it, but almost to mind. And yeah, I'd love to just like not have to like explain anything anymore or make things dark by going into that, but I have to. Like if I don't, if I didn't actually do that the whole time, like then I would have no evidence or anything. Like I have all my parents' texts and everything, so like for years and years and years, and I already put that somewhere online just so like, there's no way that they can stop that if something happens to me ever. Anyway, so um, yeah, so I'm just trying to make that clear and do everything I possibly can, uh, and that's what I'm doing. So um, yeah, and it's like keep in mind I have plantar fasciitis in my foot, uh, which makes this really hard now for months. Um, and then there's all these different aspects that I tried to prevent and I tried to fix. I already said this a bunch of times, but um, there's always the fact that it went back to my parents that caused the most anger because it's like I did everything that was in my power already and that I could be responsible for. And then you still have my parents that are like children that can't do that for anything. It's just bizarre. Um, I have become like really used to like doing this for a long time and never getting any escape or breaks. Though so there's part of that. There's a pro to that because uh, there's a pro to that. Oh man, I just looked at the screen and got distracted. All right, let me try to get my focus. Um, what was I gonna say? The pro to that is there's a strength that comes with that. Um, just like when I stopped um, using different like substances, when I got like I had to get used to being on painkillers back in the day, and that was well, let's not even go. That was just insanity to go. But once you, hmm, I'm getting distracted again now. I was talking straight. I was talking. Let me see if I can get a minute and get back into it. It's all because I looked at the screen and then it got me distracted. It's really that, that saying, the devil is in the details. It really is. I mean, it's crazy. That's for like so many things because everything is hidden in the nuance of everything. And then you have, for some reason, it just seems like most people have a really hard time, like actually paying attention to nuance. I don't really understand why. Mm, no, I do. It has to do with a bunch of things. It's like it's such a just makes a person so torn because, like, I just know every possible way. Because I've been around the block a billion times. I know how everything goes. I've proven everything in every possible direction and every possible thing, like a billion times past what I should have done. And then you prove how every single thing is. So, like, the only way that you could actually be and actually function would be you'd have to go into denial because you already proved everything like so many times. It's just the whole, like, it's really easy to, I mean, if I could articulate it better, it'd be so much, but I have like the full understanding through experience of everything. It's hard to articulate it, especially now these days. Like, I have so much fucking stress and pain going on. It's like, I'd rather not have to go and mention that again, but like, it depends. Because if I have to keep documenting, keeping track of everything, and like how am I supposed to, that's what it is. Just this, go back to that way. I'd love to just go forward, and like, I had and there's almost only so much I can say anyway. It's also that for everything. This is not that I have a limit. Like, I can go forever, but I can only say so much to the public. I'm not gonna share everything, and I could share anything I want. So I don't have any. I never had any issues like sharing things. Just don't. I don't care what anyone else thinks. The I mean, you have to care to some degree, obviously, being a human, but it's about the balance of everything. And you have to take into account everything and have a balance. It's the weirdest thing. Like, knowing so well, having such a good understanding for this long, and then having like this inverse. You have these children. Yeah, it's just bizarre. That's the world, though. It really is. It's just super twisted, like to every degree possible. And like, people just don't. A lot of people don't have the awareness of how twisted. Like, if you really knew, would you keep playing? Would they all keep playing the game if they knew how twisted? Yeah, it's a bunny rabbit. Obviously, it took a long time to get to the point where you don't really care what people think as much. It's just obviously like it takes work. And you just have to be, you just have to have the experience and know that doesn't matter because you know people and the world and how everything is. It just is what it is. Like my parents, this is the thing, because now they can't do this. Where they used to take, like, they would abuse me psychologically, mostly psychological. So they would do that when I get really angry, and then they would like make it seem like I couldn't, like they just say I was crazy, and then people believe them. And it's like everything my fault, but it wasn't actually my fault. That's the thing. Um, to this day, that's why I'm not even gonna go back to the last text that I had. Where like it's no, I just can't ever like talk to them ever again because it's like wow, it's really like talking to kids, but like not like it gives a bad name to kids. I feel if I say that it's like spoiled, rotten kids or something with like I don't know. It's something like really wrong with them. There's like this twisted sickness in there. That's how they spin it. They spin it all. I don't know where. Somebody, I really would love to. What happened here? I really would love to get an analysis, like have a psychological analysis. What the hell's wrong with them? Like this entire time, they could have just given me the money back they owed me. I could have just rented a place like way back when I was in my teens, and I could have earned a living for myself. I know it from the house, even with this shit wrong with my body and all the shit that they did. They like I could have done what I could do. That's what I always tried to do. Was I tried to always go around the obstacles. I tried to do what I could do that was in my power. And then my parents were always the one that said, "No, you can't even try." It's like there was no fucking way with that those kind of people. There was no support to do anything that I tried to do. It's like everything was just sabotaged. Uh, can't really emphasize that enough. Like people don't have any idea. Like legitimately, like no to everything for my entire life, except what they said, which was mostly just like you got to be on pills and like do things that make no sense at all. Like everything was fucking insane. How do you like that? Obviously, that's not my. I'm not retarded. I don't think masking things. That's why you. I mean, that's why you have some people with that mentality. And I'm really tired of like focusing on this one thing. There's so much else to talk about, and there could be so many like positive things to talk about. And God damn it, I lost my train of thought again. It happens way too much more often now, thanks to all the like the stress in this portion of my life where it's like reached this point. Like, but it's like nothing that's I can never actually blame me for any of this stuff because I already did everything that was in my power. They're just like denying everything. That's all I've got from my family forever. It's just denial and betrayal. That's what I know from them. But I don't need them. Like, so it's fine. I just want to move to. I wanted to move before they broke everything. Now it's like uh, everything's fucked up compared to like even just like 3 months ago. And I was tried so hard to prevent this shit, and this it goes back 6 months before that. Then it goes back 6 months before that, and it goes years, and then it goes. It depends on like where you put each benchmark. It's, it's just so many wrong things at the roots, and I'm like, what are we doing here? If I was in control, like none of this shit would even exist. It would just be at the roots. It would make sense. Then we go forward and we put each block where it belongs. We go forward. It's like not that hard. But those people, I don't think they genuinely ever cared for me. They had a sick kind of love where it's like about control, and like there's genuinely no actual empathy. Like I feel like I've proven that like over time, which is kind of it's like scary to think. Uh, like why is it that I feel like I care about people, but like my parents, it's like pretend or something. I don't. I really don't know. Or my dad might like have some of it, but something's wrong in his brain, or is there's like some type of good intention? I really don't even know anymore. It's like I'm really confused about it because I've tried to be really fair about figuring out like what's wrong with them my whole life. Like I just try to be like fair. That's how I am with everything. How are you going to get to the truth of anything if you're not genuinely being honest about like everything that you see? And just try to be. I don't know. That's my mentality anyway. For me, it's always worked well to get to the bottom of everything in my life. It's like I learned a lot of things by just being honest about everything. It's just all I know. I think when you face like a lot of really difficult shit in your life, and it's like really really difficult that you can't think of it. Like you can't even do anything. Like when your whole life just I don't know. It's just something really difficult. Like there's something that happens where there's just like no bullshit toleration left. I mean, I found that back when I was 15 or 16. There, it's just like once you do enough time, you go through so many goddamn things. Like uh, just pile on over and over. Uh, I had like 10 different tangents to go talk about again. Whatever. Nobody can actually get. Uh, whatever. It would be dope if I could play music at the same time. I can play music at the same time. I can play music at the same time as I talk and walk. That'd be dope. But I can't do that when you're shooting video. See if we can like. Hmm, there's a grizzly cat missing. That's not good. Trying this angle as I walk. I have to try doing this, and when I go shopping next time, and have to like go run errands and shit in the car, then I'll try taking this with me too. Go for a little jog. I just hope all I can do is just really hope that we don't, or I don't have to pay for this so much after, but yeah, that's that's how it goes. That spot's pretty. These flowers and sun. Oh, there's people over here. This is usually my private spot. Not today, I guess. Hey. That's good. Like when oh, that's the bats come out around this time. That might be. Is that a bat? I can't tell. That might be just a. Usually the bats will like come and they'll fly and like go down to your head, almost like hit you. I don't know why do bats do that. In my experience, anyway, they always come down and like try to hit me. They like almost hit me. The sunshine. That's my favorite. Let's see, it's bright. I can't see anything. It's like I always have. This is one of the things that I have with like one of the traumatic things with that comes from my mom to this day is like I still have this feeling like for me, I have this mentality where I'm like always pushing and pushing and I push through pain, right? But like since this ties in with the whole like inversion thing. But my mom would take anything I do and say that's negative because even when I try to push through all the pain, like even what I'm doing right now, like I'm feeling pain, I'm just pushing through the foot stuff anyway, and just just it is what it is. But like, and for me to even have to mention that, all right, fuck, that's when it gets hard because it's an emotional thing. It's like too many tangents involved. So I lost my place. Uh, what was the main point of that? The main point was that I always get that, like, I can hear her in my head yelling at me the same stuff that she always did because I would always be trying to do as much as I could, and then I'd be criticized for either not doing it or doing everything I could. And then meanwhile, she didn't even know what was going on anyway. She wasn't even involved most of the time. It's such a mess. None of the stuff makes sense from them. But like nobody else in my life was ever like that, really. So I mean, that's also why. No, the whole thing's so weird because like everyone else I can talk and make sense to. Like there is like a base logic we can all agree on, but my parents are the ones who bullied me the most and like made uh, everything I possibly did into something negative. Like, um, and then meanwhile, it's like there's so many levels to that too. But yeah, for me to get into these things without like losing my train of thought and staying on it, it's hard. I kind of just want to keep being on this trail. Hmm. Yeah, but the trauma with that is like, and it's I always get the same feeling like people are gonna attack me for no matter what I do. Like and that comes straight from my parents. So, and then I'd be in my head like already like preparing for people to attack. And then it's like on the other hand, I already like have experience with all this. So it's like I don't really care about the perspectives uh, if people are attacking me, but at the same time, it's like then it goes back to the trauma of it, and it's just like a feeling like, and I forget that I already kind of past the point, but it's like a mix, so it's like still processing. I do think it's better lightly because I can consistently just stay in the pocket enough, and then I don't, and I'm kind of just balanced and just dealing with it, and also kind of trying to balance and not go too deep into it, but like be consistent. Which then the other side of that is there's just so much to juggle, and but anyway, whatever. It's just there's so many pieces. There's so many pieces, so many parts, so many degrees, so many levels, so many variations. So how aware are you of all those things? Me, I'm hyper aware of everything. But then, of course, when I talk like that, I mean, I don't know how many people are gonna really understand. Like I can literally go to like every perspective and try and like just explain for everything. But for me to actually like hold on to everything while I'm doing it publicly, especially like that is a super distraction. Like just even just being aware that that it's just live. It's just puts a lot more pressure. It's not like it was when I was a kid though. It's not like it was even some years ago. There is much more control. It's just sometimes I have to get back into it. Like I'll get thrown out of it, out of the pocket of it. There's like different modes of like my thinking and stuff. I'm just thinking to myself and kind of just like depends. If I'm like trying to talk about stuff in a different way, it's gonna come out completely different. If I want to try to make uh, this is the mood I'm in right now is just gonna be this way. So it's kind of stop it and then come back. I gotta kind of just crazy. Every day I'm just like hit with the same, like, it's just, it's, it's just, I just have to laugh about it because it's just crazy, like how right I was the whole time. Jesus. And then I think, like, how many times, why did I even come to those conclusions and then just like keep accepting it from them? And I kept saying, all right, I'm going to just do, um, and then on one hand, like people like my parents, like they just get used to doing that forever. And then they can't even envision being like held accountable. And like, it's like the same damn things that happen all over and over again, everywhere. Same themes. Like, it's, come on. This spot is cool though. I definitely need some music in the background. That would be much better. Angel? Oh, somebody. I didn't even know. Oh, god damn it. My apologies to whoever. Angel. Is that Adria or is that Angel? I don't know what that is. Well, I'm here now. You guys. That looks weird like this one. I wasn't looking at the screen before, so I couldn't see. But now you guys are going, I guess. And if you guys come back, I'll talk. But uh, can you flip the screen? Oh yeah, yeah. There's a sunset. Maybe we could see a sunset today. I don't know if I'm gonna stick around. I don't think I'm gonna be here. I don't know. Everything is so fucking bizarre. Like, I would have never thought that I'd be put in these positions where I'd have to like feel I'd have to do that. And then that's another part of it. You know what the other part is? the other part of all of it is, oh fuck, now I blanked again. Really, dude? Every time some part comes up I want to talk about now. I mean, that's another sign that, like, Jesus, we gotta, this is ridiculous. Going on this long. Like, I'm like, oh my God. The last 6 months were like the real fucking, no, so like the last year, every goddamn day. That's the real, like, man, these people, like, really don't care about anything that I feel. Like, it's legitimately, like, I mean, I it was just weird. Like, I have that, like, there's no way I'll ever be able to consider, like, or entertain that either of my parents give a crap about anything I feel. Like, that's why it's so weird, because oh, that's another part of it. It's like, I used to think, like, I did, just because I didn't have, like, I hadn't experienced getting out of there and, like, associating with enough people to give me confidence in my own words for a long time. Like, it took a long time to get away from the house and then, like, do that and get enough experience. Although online I got that, but getting out in the world and getting that, like, in person helped a lot. And then getting just more and more uh, consensus and affirmation that everything I was saying was just logical and, factual over time. That helped give me confidence. And then now it's like, holy crap. Like, they're, like, even worse than I thought, which is crazy scary. That's, like, bizarro. I don't know. It's so weird. Super weird. It's like, I think that they still think in their minds, like, that they can, like, make me all crazy with gaslighting and stuff again. I just don't think it's ever gonna happen again. Like, I'm, like, so used to everything that sometimes I will still get really mad and triggered that way, but the other times it's just like I've been around this so many times. It's like I already know, I already expect it so much. Like, I respect every degree of everything. That's why I'm like, I'm so solid in that way. Like, everything is just like, I already know every goddamn angle of everything. I already had this happen already. I already have this. I already experienced this a billion times. I already know that for everything. Literally. Literally everything. There's not one thing that I have to. That's weird. Because then there's also, like, to what degree. If you have, like, an 80% increase in the degree that you can see, then that becomes a whole different picture as well. And then if you increase that again, do it again, it's another whole different picture. And if you have, like, partition that into how many other pictures that make up the whole thing. I always go back and I'm just find myself articulating in those ways. It's interesting. But, like, all right, I gotta stop this because I'm getting too, like, just off in my whatever, talking to myself. Mosquitoes are biting me. Mosquitoes. I can get a better view. Hey, you guys. Adri, is that you under Angel, or is that somebody else? And you guys just leave anyway. There were two people here, and you just come here and just like watch me and then just run away. I'm trying to put this here. I think I should. The only reason I don't even just like show my hair, like growing out the sides again. If I put it over here, I can't see anyway.